What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to take a look and a listen to Lindsey Graham. So he responded to this Social Security increase letter that we've been sending out. And so we're going to see what he has to say about Social Security and an increase for Social Security. I've already been following Lindsey Graham. I've posted videos about Lindsey Graham talking about Social Security. And most of what he is saying is that he is not in favor of an increase, but we'll have to see what his letter actually shows us. So we're going to talk about that in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. You can also follow my travel adventures on Instagram at Travel Explore Click. Okay, so like all the letters that I received, these are third-party letters, okay? So I'm receiving this from someone else. Someone in South Carolina sent a letter to Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham responded to them, and then they sent that letter to me. And so I'm just letting you guys know that I'm getting this as a third party, and this wasn't sent directly to me by Lindsey Graham. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the letter. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what Lindsey Graham has to say about a Social Security increase. Thank you for contacting me regarding Social Security. As the Senate considers legislation to improve the Social Security program, I will keep your comments in mind. Now, this is good. Like I said, when it comes to these politicians, and if they see that people are sending them letters about a Social Security increase, let's hope they're taking that under consideration. Now, we know how divided we are as Democrats and Republicans are very, very divided. So whatever Democrats want, Republicans automatically don't want, and vice versa. But in a situation like this, I think if they feel that their job is on the line, if they feel that during an election year, an election season, that they could lose their position because they are opposed to an increase for Social Security or opposed to some type of reform for Social Security, maybe this will have some impact on them. So that is the hope here. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. I am constantly reviewing proposals regarding the Social Security benefit formula and eligible criteria for workers, as well as auxiliary benefits for dependents and survivors. I look forward to supporting changes to the current Social Security system that provide adequate and equitable benefits and place Social Security on financially stable footing going forward. Okay, so this is good, financially stable. Of course, we know that they need to address the trust fund, so if they can address the trust fund and at least preserve Social Security, that's a good thing. However, the question is, do you support an increase for Social Security? So far, we haven't seen it in this letter. As your United States Senator, my primary job is to understand and represent the interests of all South Carolinians. Okay, this is important. So, he understands that he needs to represent South Carolinians. South Carolinians, is that how you say it? However, if you have a vast majority of people in South Carolina that are in favor of an increase for Social Security, don't you think he should be supporting that? He should understand those interests and he should be supporting those interests. Let's move forward. The opportunity to hear from you about the issues confronting our nation is not only essential to representative democracy, but allows me to better serve the people of South Carolina. We will not see eye to eye on every issue. Now, this is good that he's putting this in here because obviously, if you know Senator Lindsey Graham's track record when it comes to Social Security, he's not really a strong proponent for any type of an increase for Social Security, and the only thing that he really wants to address at this time is the trust fund. However, he wants to make cuts to Social Security. He's already mentioned that he would be open to looking at some type of raising the full retirement age and things like that. Now, this is not in the letter. However, this is what he has said in the past, and I've shown videos showing exactly how he feels about Social Security. Okay, let's continue. However, I promise to always give your concerns the consideration they deserve. I encourage you to visit my website, and he leaves the link for his website, as it will have information on the most recent activities before the U.S. Senate. You can also sign up for our e-newsletter. So these e-newsletters, Facebook he puts on here, Twitter, YouTube, most politicians do have a YouTube channel as well, which will provide the latest information and updates on major issues facing our state and our nation. Thank you again for contacting me. I truly appreciate the opportunity to hear from you and am honored to have the opportunity to represent your interests in the U.S. Senate. So Lindsey Graham, he has a signature here. Okay, so there's the letter. Now, what do you guys think? Now, I personally, even before reading this letter, I kind of knew how Lindsey Graham was when it comes to Social Security increase, and he's never really shown any interest when it comes to that. The only interest that I've seen him show is raising the full retirement age to 69 or 70. That's the only interest that I've seen him show when it comes to any type of Social Security reform, let alone a Social Security increase. And so this letter is pretty much the way that I thought that he would respond. Now, the good thing, just like I said in the letter, the good thing is that we're getting these out and these politicians are starting to see these letters come to them about Social Security. The more letters they see, the better. Because if they continue to see all these letters and people talking about they need a Social Security increase and this is why and all that, that's good because these politicians will start having to really think about this. I mean, we're in an election season. Not all the senators are running for re-election, so Lindsey Graham is not running for re-election. However, you do have everyone in the House of Representatives, they're running for re-election. And right now, Democrats are controlling the Senate. And I'm not saying Democrats are really strongly pushing for Social Security reform, but you have more Democrats that are talking about some type of a Social Security increase than you do Republicans. I can't think of one Republican now in the Senate that is talking about a Social Security increase. However, I can think of plenty of Democrats that are talking about a Social Security increase. And one of the most popular proposals right now, the $2,400 increase for Social Security, that's Senator Bernie Sanders who's in favor of that. And so although I'm not surprised with Lindsey Graham's response, I do think it's good that he is starting to get letters, and hopefully he'll get more letters. So you guys out there in South Carolina, send him some letters. If you're living in South Carolina right now, send some letters about Social Security and about a Social Security increase to Lindsey Graham so he'll start feeling some pressure. Let's hope that he'll start feeling some pressure and maybe we can get something done. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know this is the perfect time to get it out because it's right before an election and this is going to be a major election. So you're going to have a lot of politicians out there that are going to be interested in trying to address some of these concerns because if they don't, they know that they could lose their job. And also what I'm going to be doing, and this is going to be after the primaries. So after the primaries, once we know who the Republican and the Democrat is running for the different representative seats, I'm going to start sending the same letters to some of the people who are challenging some of these incumbents and see how they feel about a Social Security reform. So we'll do that, but we need to wait until after the primary. So it's going to be several months before we'll be able to really do that. And it'll be good because then we'll be able to see some of these new representatives, new people who want to be representatives, I should say, and we'll be able to know how they feel about a Social Security increase and do they support a Social Security increase. And then if they say they do, we'll have that letter. So guess what? If they get elected, we're going to have to reach out to them again and say, hey, this is what you said in your letter. Let's move forward with some type of an increase for Social Security. And so if you guys have any questions, post them down below, and I'm going to continue to read these letters. I'm going to continue to send out the letters that I've been sending, and I'll show you guys everything so you guys can see how these politicians are responding to these letters. Now, if you have a letter that you've received from your senator, from your representative, you can send it to me, and this is the email address. I'll have it at the bottom of the screen, but it's david@travelexplorerclick.com. All right, that's all I have. Like the video if you like it, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.